Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Vocal Arts, wherever you are watching or listening. I am here with David Kahn, and I'm going to let David Kahn introduce himself and tell you guys a little bit about who he is and what he does.
Oh man, where do we even begin?
It can be like an elevator pitch. No need to
Elevator
be your
pitch.
whole life story just yet.
Well, let's see. I've been in the music game, full time, making a living from music for, geez, going on over a decade now.
Hmm.
And I got my early start to music in the bass a cappella world early, pretty early, and on YouTube, and received some good success. I feel like kind of being early in that world. But then, geez, I'm interested, like, where to go, like how I'm going to be honest here with everything. So, I got my first kind of jump in like collegiate acapella, but then I was, so I was living in Orlando where I was, I was born and raised in Florida, but I grew up in Orlando. So then I started singing bass professionally at Disney around 2015. Did that for a while, and then I went to a classical school, studied a little bit like doing the classical stuff, some opera, and then from there I went to Berkeley where I studied contemporary, and from there, I started doing gigs, kind of like doing a little bit of whatever anybody wanted, getting some tenor gigs at that point, which was humbling. And then, as you mentioned, it's funny that you know about that, because not a lot of people know about that. I was a real member of the Stamps Quartet, where I essentially dropped out of Berkeley to tour all over Europe, doing some big shows like arenas, and all over Europe with the Stamps Quartet. One of the members of that quartet was an original member of Elvis Presley's Stamps Quartet, who, his name was Eddie Knock. He did 1,000+ shows with Elvis Presley, and he's, from my knowledge, he's still going strong even today. We did that tour in 2019, and that was my first time, singing in venues like that all around Europe, and it's a very humbling experience. Yeah.
Wow.
They were making me sing J.D. Sumner's part for all of that, live.
Yep.
Oh,
that's on my list. That's on my list to talk to you about. Don't you worry. Well,
not a lot more humbling experiences than that,
Yeah,
So then, and then since that tour, I went back to Disney, did a bunch of lounge singing where I was doing, singer guitar stuff, a lot of pop stuff, a little bit of whatever, from country stuff like Josh Turner, like "Baby Lock the Door and Turn the Lights Down Low,"
Come on,
stuff like that. And then I got a really nice agent who took care of me for almost 6 years, doing a lot of wedding gigs, where in that case I was doing mostly tenor, and I was pressured strongly to just sing tenor. He's like, "Yeah, I know you do the bass thing, but I really don't like it. I want you to just sing tenor for me, and that's what's paying our bills." And I was like, okay. Honestly, it's a funny thing to say to somebody that made, their start as a bassist, but then to be like, almost like, "Yeah, I know you do the bass thing. I don't like it. I like your tenor thing." It was like, you know what? I love that you said that to me, because like I've only identified as a bass, and to have somebody tell me I like your tenor better than your bass, it was like, what? Come in, give me a hug, man. Like that's like awesome to hear that. I love it. So then I thrived in his agency for a while, and now we're not really working together. I'm doing stuff mostly independent out here.
Cool.
And now I'm in Texas out here, and so that's really the elevator pitch, I guess, right there.
Okay, man. Right on. Well, let's dig into some of this stuff. First of all,
Please.
Working at Disney, I've chatted now with a number of bassists who have worked at Disney. I'm wondering who are some of the folks you had crossover.
Joe's a big Disney guy. I saw you did his podcast. Yep.
Joe's a big Disney guy, and the voice play guys working down in Orlando have done a lot of stuff.
Yep. Oh yeah, they're based in Orlando, right? Jesus.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I was wondering, have you had
good
crossover
with
with
them.
any of the other kind of big bass
A little
names?
bit, Yeah, my most successful collegiate a cappella group, Voice Box, who I was a
Nice.
founding member of that group. I don't know if you heard of them.
Nice, nice.
If you have you heard of Voice Box, I'll be
I
impressed if
haven't, but
you're okay.
what
Yeah,
school was
good.
that with? Was that with Berkeley?
No, that was at UCF where I got my bachelor's
Okay,
degree
okay.
from, and they did well. They made it up. You know, we made it all the way up to the ICA finals in Carnegie Hall. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
they had a very prodigious music arranger. This guy Harrison Acosta, who God, as far as a cappella arrangements go, he is just absolutely brilliant. And he pushed us real, like almost dictator level, and but I appreciated it. I
Yeah.
appreciated it because he whipped us into shape, and he got us all the way down to the Carnegie Hall ICA finals. Harrison Acosta in Orlando going up, and it was his idea. It was his child, the Voice Box. I was a founding member of one of the 6 people, but that group is still going. And so Voice Box, the reason I bring them up is we opened for Voice Play at the Sing Off Live Tour in Jesus, when was that? Like 2014, something like
Oh
that. So
man.
we opened for Voice Play, yeah, at a nice, real venue in Coral Springs, and I got to meet most of the guys. Jeff wasn't there. I think he was going through something. I don't remember what was going on, but he was
Mm.
he just barely pulled in late, and I think he was having some kind of family thing going on, but he wasn't around. But we met all the other guys and hung out before. So yeah, so
That's a
we
crazy
opened for Voice
connection,
Play in
man.
2014. Yeah,
That's awesome. Okay, very
yeah.
cool. And so your group, Voice Box, it sounds like you guys were
Mhm.
more performance geared, or did you also put out
Oh yeah.
albums and stuff?
Not a lot. We did a single when I was there, but we were doing a lot of the competitions and doing well in them. Yeah, over the time, winning a lot of them.
Oh yeah, I mean making it to the
Yeah.
what'd you say the
ICA
finals?
finals.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
Carnegie
funny. It's
Hall.
funny you call them ICA. Usually I hear them as ICCAs.
Yeah, right.
I was in a group called Exit 245 at a similar time as you. Actually, my first year in that
Yeah.
group was
Well,
2014.
yep,
But
yep.
but we were all studio album based. We put out really good
Hmm.
albums, won awards and stuff, but like we never competed at all when I was in
Huh.
the group. We performed,
Why
but
is
never.
that?
We just I don't know. We did a bunch of gigs, but we just wanted to dedicate time to the recording projects as opposed to the competing kind of
That
stuff.
makes sense. When I think about it, because it's such a gamble in the comp- competition world, where it's like you got to expect to be giving them like your entire week of time, and then like for what? Like there's a good chance you could be dedicating months of your time for these competitions, and then just like, well,
Right.
we didn't get in, so
Right.
thanks for the last 2.5 months of your time, but it was turned out to be worthless. So to be doing recording, at least you're gonna get what you get out of it. But yeah, the competition thing, it's like a lottery ticket move.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's cool to still have those recordings to listen back
Yeah,
to,
right.
oh, that was, how I arranged stuff 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's what my voice sounded like 10 years ago. And
Where
to have it all there.
where was that
This,
that group
this is James Madison University, JMU in Virginia. There's a big a
in
cappella school,
Virginia?
actually. There were 9
So you,
groups there.
yeah, so you've kind of made your rounds around, because Virginia, and now you're in Arizona.
Yeah, big.
What brought you to Arizona from there?
Oh, man. So, born and raised Virginia, actually did 2 years of school in Miami. And then
Yeah,
went back.
I was born in Miami.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Coral Gables, Miami. Went back to Virginia to JMU to finish my undergrad, then did my master's at USC in Los Angeles in opera, vocal arts performance.
Yeah, right.
Then went to Philly to the Academy of Vocal Arts, which is like this super intense
That's a big
professional
program.
opera.
Yeah,
Super intense program. And then from there, I was going into my 4th year and then got an offer from Arizona Opera to come work with them. So I still got my artist diploma from them. I was able to do it a year early, but that's how I ended up in Arizona. And I got out here and I was like, I just love it here so much. I'm going to stay. I'm going to stay forever.
Yeah.
So
And now you bought the house.
Got the
You're in the house right now.
I'm in the house
Look
right
at
now.
you dude, it's beautiful. You're in the studio down there. It just looks beautiful. You know who's doing the same thing is Brev right now.
Rev, he sent me a
He's
video
building.
last night.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, he's building the studio down there, man. He's trying to catch up.
it looks great.
It does, dude.
He has to do a lot more because the space he's working with is so much bigger. This is like a small
Mm.
bedroom I've converted, which is perfect for me right now. We've got the vocal booth here, homemade vocal booth, got the production station over here, but Brev's got like a whole like basement he's working with,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
I've
a
been
lot
down
more
there,
work.
man.
A lot
Yeah,
more.
no, I've
Yeah,
been down there. He's
let's talk about that because you're in the research project with Brev and
Yeah, with
Bobby
him
so
and
far.
Bobby. Yeah, that was a fascinating situation, man. Dude, long story short, it's almost hilarious. So me and Brev, we really struggled to have like these. So we did this. I mean, for everyone that doesn't know here, I mean, you know about it. We were a part of this vocal project, this research study. That's it's really it's pushing the boundaries for the research for subharmonics, and good for Brev for pushing all this to happen. Him and his wife. And we did this study at Mass General Hospital in their vocal lab, where not a lot of people know this, but Mass General Hospital really, if you know stuff about vocal health and vocal surgery and doctors, it is the place. It is the place. Like you're talking Aerosmith, John Mayer, Cher, Sam Smith, like their track record for people that have been there and gone through their programs, whether it's surgery or whatever. It's like there's no place in the world that has the track record like Mass General Health as far as their doctors and their technology that they deploy there in their cameras.
Wow.
So yeah, me and Brev, we struggle to sing the subharmonics with the cameras and all that stuff down our throat.
Yeah.
Bobby, for whatever reason, he can just do it all day long. Like he could do subharmonics with whatever camera apparatus all the way down his throat. He could sing through it perfectly with no issue. Me and Brev, we were dying.
Is that because the way that you guys access the subharmonics is different?
It's like an anatomical thing. So like my epiglottis or whatever is like huge. It's freaking in the way. It's so obnoxious to get to my vocal cords. I got to it, but I was dying. Dying.
Not comfortable.
Bobby, for whatever reason, he's like, yeah, totally fine, unfazed, just subharmonicking it up with whatever the hell they threw down his throat. Me and Brev were dying. Like we were like throwing up and crying. Bobby just like, yeah, I'm fine.
Bobby does have like the easiest production to his voice. It's
Crazy.
Like so relaxed and just easy. Like it just never sounds like he's trying. And I wonder if that has to do with like he's not recruiting as much like musculature. Because I bet you and Brev can probably make more sound. Like I bet you volume of voice is more than Bobby. As far as like power, Brev for sure. Brev has a very powerful voice because he trained in opera for a long time.
Bobby, you guys both got that.
Yeah. Super loud. But Bobby's not like a volume guy, but it's just like a very beautiful quality tone.
I think it's really an anatomy thing, man, where it's just crazy. It's like the way me and Brev are built, we got all this like stuff going on where Bobby's just wide open.
Yeah, that's
so
crazy.
It's like, yeah, shove whatever you want down my throat, Bobby is fine with it,
Quote. Bobby said that. That's a direct quote from Bobby.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, Bobby was making it into a joke. It was hilarious.
That's great. Yeah. I love that
Bobby
guy.
Yeah, dude. He was really. Yeah. I was watching some of your guys' stuff too, man. The Scarborough Fair thing.
Yeah.
That.
We've done a lot of stuff. Man. Thank you
guys. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And so what? The only thing that me and you really have is Misty Mountaintops, which was a huge success.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I think it's the only thing we've been on.
Together. Quite the collaboration. Bobby's love child again.
Bobby, he just doesn't miss. Just everything.
No, dude.
Every time he puts a lot of effort into a cover or a song, it just blows up.
His instincts are great. Yeah,
his
instincts are great. I've seen it since early TikTok days. You know,
Exactly.
he can see what's hot. You know,
Yeah,
he's like a base meteorologist.
he is. And he doesn't try to do too much. Like
No,
it's epic and
tasteful.
beautiful, and it's
Yeah.
tasteful simplicity, and it has worked every time. Like hoist the colors. I mean, come on, it's like
Oh my god. Oh my
absolutely
god. Yeah.
mega viral. You know?
The internet is still recovering.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't think they ever will. I mean, to see the Spotify numbers for all those guys on that track, even now, like 3 years later, they're still all getting like they're like 600,000 monthly listeners or something just from that track.
Absolute insanity. Yeah.
Insanity.
Cover has like propelled people's careers. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
It launched people.
Like
Yeah.
Brev is, leveraging it. I see,
Oh yeah.
I'm,
Oh yeah.
I love it, man. I'm happy for it. I love
I
to
know.
see it.
It's huge.
Yeah.
So what's next for the research stuff? Is your part done, or are you going to go back in there and
I
do
think
some
it's
more?
done at the moment. I'm thankful at least they got a handful of shots where, I kept it together and I was able to subharmonic with the cameras down my throat. But I didn't get the shots that Bobby did. Me or Brev didn't get the shots that Bobby did because they had some shit going on in there that was like the most technologically advanced cameras, for doing scopes to date. There's nothing like it. It's some gnarly stuff. Like, it was crazy being in this room. Only Bobby was really able to handle it. I got a little bit of the regular camera stuff going on with some harmonics, so did Brev, but only Bobby was able to get like the gnarliest of the
Interesting.
cameras down there to get like some shots of like crazy, crazy, super slow-mo, like hyper HD
Yeah.
showing like subharmonics. So this study's going to be crazy. There's nothing like it. And if it wasn't for Bobby, we wouldn't have got it done. So it was great for Brev. Brev's instincts were like, he got this study going and they were really just wanting to study him. And Brev's like, no, no, no. I'm going to need to bring in my friend Dave and Bobby for this study. And I'm glad that he didn't just bring me in, because
Yeah.
Bobby was the one that really made it like, okay, like he knocked it out of the park.
It's just so interesting,
So,
like that there are multiple ways to produce the same kind of subharmonic, because it's not like you and Brev are doing big like aggressive false fold stuff and Bobby's doing
no,
the other stuff.
no.
You're all doing relatively the same mechanism, but it's still different between each of your voices.
It's purely what it seems to me is an anatomical thing. It's like
Yeah,
me and Brev have like this defense barrier set up where Bobby's just open.
Yeah.
And it's just the way we're built, like everybody's
Amazing.
anatomy is different.
Yeah. That's so cool. I can't wait to
crazy.
see it. He's gonna try and rope me into it as well. I mean, I'm decent at subs. I'm not as good as Bobby.
Yeah.
I feel like Brev and I probably have a similar setup in here too. I've never done well.
Have you been scoped?
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
I've never done well with it.
It's tough, man. Yeah, it's tough. But Bobby, dude, he's got like the magic anatomy for it, where it's wide open. He's a perfect research study, and good for Brev to, do that. But man, like the resonance of it, watching the way the folds resonate with the subharmonics, it's just mind blowing. It's just it's so incredible to see that. And I worry that Brev is selling it short for how incredible this research study is. And it's fascinating. Like, you'd be mad at me for saying this, but like, I think he's selling it short. Like, what he has the first comprehensive subharmonic research vocal study as far as an ENT scope goes that I believe is the first ever done. And he's worried about that because he doesn't want to look at like, oh, well, somebody's done this before. It's like, nobody's done it to this extent. Nobody's done it to this extent. There's none. But he's worried because these research people that he's working with, they really, they pride themselves on what they call things. And they're like, I don't know, we've done some of this stuff before. It's like, no, in my opinion, nobody has done anything like what we've got. But he's like, so I'm worried. Like, he's going to post all this stuff and he's going to undersell it. I think what he has is like, he's got lightning in a bottle he's captured with this. And I just hope he sells it the right way, because what he's done, it's pretty amazing what he's captured here with their cameras. And I saw it, it was mind blowing watching the resonance of like the folds through the subharmonic, and like the way that it's like everybody has their own theory, like even like David Larson, right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, David's the one that first introduced me to subharmonics.
Dude, me too.
So
me too.
Yeah, dude. So, he had his theory on like, okay, so this part of the vocal foil is vibrating, and then this part's like vibrating like half the speed. We watched what happened with Bobby. It's like, I can't remember exactly like what the ratio was, but it's like you could see it in the cameras that he had. It was like half of it was vibrating at the speed, and then it had this like, I don't know, it just had this effect to it where it was like there was a vocal fold, but then like that was resonating at like twice the speed, and it was like they captured it with him in a way that I've never seen anybody really capture. I've heard people talk about it, but they captured it with him where it's like you can't argue what's happening, you can see it.
Yeah.
And Bobby, really, he was the first subject that I think genuinely was the first one that ever captured what subharmonics really look like, what's really going on at a speed that's so crazy slow and so crazy high definition that you can just watch the vocal fold and see like, okay, this is what subharmonics really are. You can have your theory, but here you go. Watch.
Yeah.
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 And then Brev did it, and then I did it, and it was very similar. We didn't get the same high definition, but it was very similar. Like the ratio at the folds were vibrating.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's really cool
thank God for Bobby.
To be the first to do anything. I mean, even though it's such a niche kind of field that not everyone's going to be interested in, but being the first to crack into that is a really special thing. And I think you're right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't remember. And I mean, my master's degree was pretty heavy in voice science, and the Keck School of Medicine has a great vocal lab in Los Angeles. And I don't remember ever learning about subharmonics.
Nobody.
My degree.
Yeah, nobody. I remember when I went to classical school, I went to Rollins College in Florida. It's the oldest college in Florida. It's a super rich school. Yeah. So they have a good classical program there. Have you heard of Voctive?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So their voice director, Voctive, Jamie Ray, he's an instructor there and a professor. I studied under Jamie Ray. I was in a couple of his a cappella groups. He's, the brain, behind the Voices of Liberty at Disney. Yep. But he also does Voctive. So I was in his group, and I remember showing him subharmonics back at that time, where he specifically stated, he's like, I think subharmonics are stupid. I don't like them. They don't sound good. And I'm like, I think you're going to be wrong. I think you're going to be wrong. We're going to see, and I mean, as it, time goes on, it's more and more of that, but I get it. It's like when you got people like Eric Holloway, when you got access to people like that, okay, yeah, I mean, you're not going to need subharmonics to that point, but like as a bass baritone, people like us that have, that lower extension, to be able to, seamlessly integrate a nice subharmonic tone into that. I mean, it's wonderful. Like, I don't know if you caught the thing I did. Bobby invited me to do, a little guest spot with the Wellerman in City Winery in downtown Philadelphia last year.
Yeah. I know you joined them. I didn't see any performance clips. Is there something up there?
There's a couple clips of that where I did some subharmonics live with them. Because I was asking Bobby and Johnny, I was like, so who's doing the subharmonics in Hoist the Colors tonight? Like, who are you guys going to do it? And both of them were like, nobody. None of us feel confident to do it live. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me, bro. Somebody's got to do this. If you guys aren't going to do it, I'm doing it.
Nice.
And then I did it. Yeah, I did it. I did it live with them, and the crowd went crazy.
Yeah.
The crowd went crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I blasted like a low F sharp in Hoist the Colors with them live, and the audience lost it.
That's awesome.
But that was pure subharmonics live, where a lot of people are scared to do subharmonics live. I've already been through that. I've been through the fire. I had to do that.
Yeah, you have.
With the Stamps, where I'm doing JD Sumner stuff live. And I'm like, to me, it's like, yeah, this is nothing. F sharp. I've had to sing C1 live night after night, to end the show. So I'm like, F sharp one, dude. That's not even worried. And then so I just killed it on that stop.
I need to look
Yeah.
that up.
Look that up, dude. It's one of my most popular Instagram videos ever posted, and
Okay,
it's going
sweet.
crazy on YouTube too. I'll send it to you if you can't find it.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it was,
Yeah,
I killed that live, and it sounded great live with them all together, and I'm happy that it worked out. But it's funny because it's just I just think back about it now, the way my brain works, where I see like most people, like Bobby and a lot of people, they don't like doing subharmonics live because why? They're finicky,
yeah, yeah.
But you go on tour for 3 months where you're forced to do them live, and then at that point you develop almost like a callous nature to them where it's like, I'm not worried about doing them live now. I have a whole philosophy on subharmonics live that, like, the way I look at subharmonics live is like, no, they're there. You got to believe that they're there. And it's like, maybe your attack won't be perfect, but like midway through, I will find where the resonance is, and I will end locked in and perfect. And that's how it was with
all that matters.
With the Wellermans. Yeah. So, it's a fascinating topic, the whole subharmonic thing, man. And like, I know you interviewed Elliot Robinson. Elliot's a good friend of mine. Elliot's like, nah, subharmonics are lame. At least that last time I talked to him, he said that. But that's as somebody that's like, he's not quite Eric Holloway, but he's truly down there.
Yeah, man.
He's a real life beast.
I think range wise, it's pretty close. He said in that conversation that he can perform down to F sharp any day and a nighttime performance in chest voice. I'm like, that's like Eric. I mean, it's right there with Eric.
Yeah. And the thing that he has on Eric is his upper range, his tenor range.
Crazy.
Oh my God. He's buttery, like up to like an A flat 4.
It's
like
freakish, man.
It's insane. It's criminal how appreciated Elliot Robinson is, man, because he is one of the most insane vocal anomalies alive right 100%. Now. And like most people don't even know about him.
It's one of the reasons I'm so happy that the Bass Gang song that featured him has done so well, because so many literally millions of people across streaming and YouTube have gotten to hear him sing. Just hear his incredible voice. And he sings down to a D1 in chest in that song. He didn't even know what he was doing. He was just like, I'm just going to sing.
Animal.
Literally, he goes, I'm just going to sing Bobby's bass line an octave down. And it was a D1. And he doesn't know how to do chest fire sub. So like it has to be like some kind of chest.
He just sings regular. He just sings modal. Dude, must be nice. Must be nice, dude.
He's 3.5 octave chest range.
An absolute savage. Absolute savage. I attribute him really to a lot of my success. Elliot Robinson, I met him through the internet probably around 2014, 2015. Okay. And he just like hit me with it. He's like, yeah, man, you got a nice bass thing going on, but like you really want to have work coming out your ears, like to the point where you're too busy that you can't even get by. Get your tenor range together. And he said that to me at a time where I was only singing bass. Only. And he's like, get your tenor range together, you. I don't know if I can curse on here, but like.
You can,
like
you can.
You bitch. Get your tenor range together. And I'm like, tenor range?
What's
that? I thought I was a bass. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And then it's like, so he put the bug in my ear, and then really I have to attribute all of my crazy tenor stuff that I've done. Like I got a couple videos. I got one video where I'm singing David Phelps, like his C5 in whatever is it, like Oh Holy Night.
Yeah.
And that's like one of my most popular videos on YouTube.
I've definitely seen that one.
Dude, hell yeah, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But like that is all 100% Elliot Robinson inspired. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even have the idea in my head that was possible.
Yeah,
and I'm like, well, this guy is out here live singing lower than me and higher than me. And I'm like, I feel cool for my bass abilities, but it's like, obviously it's possible if he's doing it. So like, if it wasn't for him, I would not have even had the idea that it's possible. So like, I truly attribute a lot of my success and my career sustainability from Elliot Robinson. He
Big
told me,
shout
he's
out to
like, yeah,
Elliot.
man, dude, he told me, he's like, yeah, man, you're doing all right. You really want to do all right. Get those tenor chops together. Thank God he said that to me at the time he did.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yeah.
We love you, Elliot. Shout out to Elliot.
Dude, the fucking man, dude.
And just back to subs, I'm with
Yep.
you. I completely agree that they're a great tool and they're very usable for two reasons, I think. One, if you're doing the big freaky bass stuff like Hoist the Colors,
Yep.
or if you're in a big ensemble. If you put a nice subharmonic in a chamber choir or something,
it sounds beautiful.
It's glorious.
Beautiful.
It's absolutely glorious.
Like in a like what do you call it? Like like a church
cathedral,
like
some acoustic space. Yeah.
Sounds crazy.
It's phenomenal. It's just like,
oh my God.
And it's so clean. It's like, I mean, I can do chest. I used to use chest fry in choir if we had really freaky low stuff because they knew I could do it. And that too had, in a choir setting, it sounds clean because you're getting all these nice overtones.
Right. Yeah.
As a solo, then it becomes obvious that it's not modal and that changes it some, you know.
But subharmonic solo,
it can sound
totally
great.
Cool. Totally cool.
It can sound really great. Yeah.
I honestly don't know how to do chest fry. That's something that's always just kind of past me. Yeah, I've never really had it.
It's a weird thing. It seems like
J.D. Sumner was the big chest fry guy.
Oh, he was? Really?
Oh, he was. Oh, yeah.
Interesting. Did you learn that from did you learn that from working with them?
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of. And then I just watched a lot of his material and I saw it.
I always hear him
pushed that.
Oh, okay.
He pushed it. Yeah, he pushed it in a way that, was one of the early pioneers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
great tone.
Freaky voice.
Oh, yeah. Great tone. And then into his old age, my God. The tones he was producing, like, my God.
Insane.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, chest fry is cool. It's cool. It's different in a way that subharmonics to me seems very trainable for pretty much anyone. And chest fry, from what I've seen, people who work on it, it's a little less trainable. It's like some people have a really strong vocal fry kind of naturally, and then you can cultivate it a little bit. But I know people who just like don't really have a vocal fry at all, or if they do, it's just like really crackly. Maybe you're in that camp as well.
Maybe. I don't think I put the time into it to really invest, but I do have a vocal fry, but I haven't figured out the magic mixture of chest with the fry. But I've had so much success in the subharmonics range, it's almost been like,
you don't need it.
Why bother? And then when I was doing a cappella stuff professionally, I was exceptionally, just naturally gifted with the low chest to growl mixture.
Oh.
I crushed it at that, which I know Tim Faust was great at that.
Yeah.
Oh, I could crush the low chest growl. Yeah. And that was just easily, I don't know, it's just natural the way my brain thought of it.
Interesting.
I could just go down, from the end of my chest into a growl seamlessly.
Oh, see, that's what I can do with chest fry. I can go straight from my chest into my chest fry. No split.
I can't do the fry. I don't know. I can't do the fry. Maybe I could learn, but I haven't.
That's so fascinating. I think it is all trainable, but obviously we all do have like natural setups we're dealing with, just like you guys found out in the subharmonic study.
Yeah. Good stuff, man.
Cool, man. Tell me about your classical training a little bit. I'm just interested as an opera singer, what that was like.
No,
like if you remember any repertoire you sang or anything like that.
Yeah, I do. I had to do like a French piece. It was called Les Secrets. Okay. I really liked that one.
Awesome.
And a couple of German things, like some bass baritone things. And so that was around 2014-15 on a full ride scholarship at Rollins College
for classical.
And then I dropped out of there. Yeah, and then I dropped out of there to join Street Corner Symphony. Which there's some overlap because Street Corner Symphony, they got Adam Chance, and now is he still in Home Free?
He's still in Home Free.
So I replaced Adam Chance. I was his first replacement. Yeah.
Wow.
So this is funny how it all kind of connects.
I know,
right?
It's a small world.
Yeah. It is such a small world, man. So then I drop out of Rollins to go join Street Corner Symphony. We're touring around, for almost a year, doing some fun shows, and then they replaced me with Armand, who's still in the group, you know. And
Wow.
so then I'm like kind of feeling sad at that moment because I'm like, oh no, like I dropped out of my full ride doing classical, and then I sort of got into that point where I was like, you know what, let me pick up guitar. I'm gonna learn how to be a solo guy, and then I did some solo stuff for almost 2 years, and then I was like, you know what, I still want to learn more, and then I went to Berkeley, and then
Mm.
Berkeley, you know, wonderful place, absolutely loved it. And then from Berkeley, I dropped out of Berkeley to do the arena tour with Elvis's, you know, real life background vocalist. And we did a big arena tour, made like 5 figures, you know, doing like double decker tour bus, you know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
all over Europe, and toured with them. And then from there, you know, I took all that money, bought a van, and then I went down where I got my start in Disney, and then I just started doing lounge gigs as a soloist, playing guitar and singing at Disney again. And yeah, I mean, so where does the story go from there? Then I went to Nashville, did a little bit back in Nashville again. Then I went to LA, did a little bit in LA for a few years. Um, and then now I'm in Texas.
You've
Yeah.
been rolling around in the van for like a decade, about?
Oh, about 6, 7 years.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, and it's been great, man. It's funny, you know, like the van thing. It's such a funny, eccentric lifestyle, you
Yeah,
know.
for
And I
sure.
get it. It's not for everybody, you know. But I think the key with the van, you know, I'll give you a little tour here, maybe in a second.
Cool.
But the key with the van is like, you know, you don't want to just buy like a minivan or something and be living in like some terrible situation. Like I bought a big, fat, tall work van, and
Yeah.
I built it into a house where I
Yeah.
have a shower in here. I have a music studio in here. I have a microwave. I have a stove. I have an oven. I have reverse osmosis water filtration. I have solar panels. I have, you know, a full size bed. I got a nice big, you know, 42-inch TV. You know,
That's
like,
amazing.
so it's like it is an apartment in here. And like I've driven this thing from, you know, the northern coast of Canada to the southern coast of Mexico last year, you know,
That's
playing
wild.
gigs, playing gigs, like little solo gigs, you know, or with a band, with an agent, you know, and it's been wonderful. And it's fascinating because it's like, I see you, bro. Like you are crushing it on the social media. My social media, it's like had its ups and downs, but
Yeah,
it's never came close to what you've done. But the live stuff that I've done has been taking care of me, and it's like I don't
for
care.
sure.
I'm not ashamed to admit, like I've saved up like a lot of money. I've saved up like 6 figures just doing gigs, living in the van, you
That's
know.
awesome, man.
So it's like
That's awesome. Yeah, it's great, man.
I couldn't complain, you know. I really couldn't complain. It's everything I've ever would have wanted, you
So
know.
you kind of like set up your own tour if you're just
Yeah.
going,
Oh
you're just,
yeah, 100%.
so
Yeah.
how far out do you set these gigs up?
I mean, I got gigs next month. Me and my girlfriend are going down to Key West.
Oh,
I got some solo
love it.
gigs down in Key West. I'll be down there for a couple months, you know.
Couple months down there doing gigs.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's
It's
great.
great, bro. Like I love it. I might rent a boat or something, you know, like go
Yeah.
out to some islands. I could ride out to Cuba.
Oh my gosh, have a blast.
Yeah, dude. So it's like, I don't know. It's funny because it's like, I think about it. It's like, you know, probably a good portion of the internet thinks like, oh, David Kahn, he's fell off. He's not doing music anymore. It's like, that's not the case. It's
Not
just,
the case at all. Yeah.
I'm not crushing it on the social media the way you guys are, but let's be sure, like, I am so inspired by you, you know, and all these guys, Bobby, Brev, you guys are,
Oh,
you know,
thanks,
you
man.
guys are my inspiration, man. I'm like, shit, I gotta start getting my social media stuff together, man. But it's like I've just been so spoiled because the gigs for live stuff, it pays so well, you know.
Yeah,
and then
man.
it's like, then it's over, and then it's like, well, now I just have money and time to do whatever I want, you know. But so,
That's
but it's
honestly,
like,
that's
you know,
way better than being involved in social media. I do it. I'm very good about limiting my time on it, despite being active and posting and stuff. I spend
I'm
almost no time on it.
I'm
Um,
fascinated by you, man. And I really, you know, I don't want to. I know you're trying to interview me here, Ben, but I'm fascinated by what you're doing. You know,
You can
I
ask
love it.
you can
I've been
ask me whatever
watching,
you want, man. Ask me whatever you
dude.
want.
I've been watching, bro. I've been watching everything you're doing, and like, you know, the reaction thing. I remember when David Larson started doing it, and I saw it's like David had some good stuff going, but then he started doing reaction videos, and it's like, boom, like
Yeah. Yeah.
dynamite. Oh my god, like
Yeah.
dynamite. And it's like I see it's the same thing with you, man. It's like the reaction thing. It's like you're doing fine. You know, like I'm on YouTube. I'm doing fine. I got 15,000 subscribers on YouTube. We're doing fine, making a
Yeah.
little bit of money every month. But then it's like I've always thought like, man, I got to do some reaction videos. I've never done it. I don't know why. I don't have a good reason why I've never done it. I've thought about it for 5-6 years. I've never done it. And then I watch you do it. And I'm like, Christ, like, you know, it's like you just you take all of the things that you've learned and then you just film yourself watching something and you just discuss like, this is what I hear, this is what this person's doing vocally, this is why, you know, that's fascinating, and then you just upload that, and then the internet's just like, oh my god, thank you,
Dude, that's
you
it.
know.
That's
And
it.
it's like, Jesus Christ, like, good for you, you know, like you identified this thing that you have that's a skill of like dissecting something, and then you document it, and you're with the times, like what's going on, what are people interested in, let me take my, you know, let me give my take on it. And then it's like the internet's like, oh my god, thank you for your take.
Dude,
You
that's the
know?
beautiful thing about it is it takes no prep. It's like you said, it's just all the knowledge I have on hand,
Yeah,
commenting directly. There's no
yeah,
like, aside from my editor putting everything together and making it look good, there's no like chopping and cutting and like,
right.
it's just here it is, here you go, you know, on
Such a
camera.
beautiful thing. Yeah, such a beautiful thing to see it work so well the way it
Thank
has
you,
for you,
man.
man. I
Thank you.
love to see it, dude. Yeah.
I
And then it just
appreciate that.
brings, yeah, and then it just brings power back to like, okay, these people find you from your reaction videos. Like, well, let's hear what this guy can really do. And then they're like, oh, fuck, he's really singing. Oh, shit. You know? So,
Yeah.
like, that's a beautiful thing. As opposed to me, where it's like, you know, I got a handful of covers and like, wow, it's got 50,000 views on my cover. You know, it's like, it's not
Yeah.
bad. But then it's like, I see you, you know, like I was watching one of your videos earlier today, like with like this lady Diana, this contralto, you know, it's like your most popular video, I think,
Million
now is this
views.
girl.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you know, it's like you're
On
just
a,
talking about this lady and it's got 1,000,000+ views, you know?
I
I'm like,
know.
oh my God,
It's
like,
literally just
why don't
me.
I talk about people? Shit.
Yeah, dude, it's just me nerding out about the voice and music.
But you did
That's it.
such a good job like dissecting her with what's going on, and it's like it was such a pure, genuine reaction of like, whoa, like, okay, this girl's cool. She's doing all right. Like, wait a second.
Wait
She's
a second.
really
Something
cool.
special going on here. Yeah.
And then the internet is so thankful that you celebrated her in that way.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's a beautiful thing. You know, it's like I just do my whole YouTube channel and my 15,000 subscribers, which I'm thankful for. You know, like it's just been my stuff, it's just been me singing stuff. But you, it's like you're celebrating people out here in the world, all over the place. And then that has this beautiful effect of then people like, well, what is this guy Peter doing? You know,
Right.
And it's like that is brilliant. It's
There was
brilliant.
basically a spot in the reaction because I got peer pressured for over a year to do reaction videos. I was like, I hate reaction videos. They're so stupid. They're not adding any value. It's just some guy watching something else. I'm never gonna do that. And I was like, okay, wait a second. What if I did a reaction video, but then like really broke down what was going on? And the first one I ever did publicly was Misty Mountains by Jeff. And turned it into a 30-minute video, and of course the analytics went crazy. And I was like, oh, people actually want to hear me as a bass singer at least talk about this other bass singer that they like in an intellectual way, you know,
because you're not just some guy, you're a guy that understands the voice, you know, and you really know how to sing and you're a professional. And so then to have your take on it, it's giving people that are, you know, just like amateur enjoying, you know, what's going on. It's like, well, why is this guy so cool? And it's like, well, you're explaining it scientifically. So it's like, that is cool, you know?
Thank you, man.
And
I appreciate that.
And it makes me take a look in the mirror. It's like, what am I doing that I'm like, why have I been avoiding this for like 6-7 years? Like, Jesus, you know, it's like I could have, you know, like I could have a real YouTube channel like Peter, maybe if I would just
Dude, you
do some
could.
of this stuff.
You
And I
could.
don't do it, but like I'm watching you, I'm like, okay, I am in the wrong. It's me. Like Peter's got something here. I'm the one in the wrong,
Well, it's funny. I mean, I caved to peer pressure, but then turned it into
Who
something that I
who
like.
who was it? Who was it that really,
Oh,
was
everyone
pushing you?
at Bass Singing Nation, the Discord
Yeah,
server.
yeah,
Everyone in there was like, you got to make videos and talk about bass singers, or you
yeah,
got to talk about voice play.
yeah.
And that's where it
Right,
started. It was just a
right.
cappella and bass singers, and
And
I've
you
branched out
listen. You
since then.
listen better than me,
I
man. You
finally
listen better than
listened.
me.
I finally was like, fine, I'll do it for Jeff because
Yeah.
I love Jeff,
And
and
then
I
it's like immediately.
yeah, and I was like, oh, this is 10 times the views I've ever gotten in a day. In
Good
one,
for you, man.
and
Good for you. You're a
the
better
watch
listener
time
than
and
me. Yeah,
the monetization, if you can clear everything on copyrights,
yeah.
because it's long form, you can put multiple mid-roll
Right,
ads. It's much better,
right.
you know.
So here's going out in the left field for everybody listening. What do you think about AI? Are you up to date with AI and what's going on lately in AI?
Oh,
I am such a nerd in this world,
I'm not a nerd about it, but I am keeping up with
dude.
how people are making music with it. And I mean, the way I use AI, because I think it's the greatest thing in the world, is ChatGPT. He's like my best friend. You
Mm,
know.
mm. Yep,
But I
yep.
don't use I have not personally used any of it for music production yet, or
Okay.
anything like that.
Well, why I bring it up is I see that Google has a new video engine that has released, I think, within the last week. It's called VEO3, and it's so insane. It's
Oh
like
boy.
it's essentially somebody doing like what you're doing, like influencing, but it's just completely like AI, and it looks so real that you wouldn't be able to tell it's not real, that it's
Dude, that's
AI.
been like
And
my biggest
this is
fear.
within this week that it's out. But I mean, I get it. It's your biggest fear, but at the same time, you're already at a level where you're almost like you have something on it where it's like you just keep the momentum, you might be okay. But with me, like, oh, I want to try that. It might be too late now for me.
Well, I mean, aren't people just gonna just create a bunch of AI videos and make profiles and make accounts and just flood the internet with them?
Yes. Yes. And
Why?
that's, that
Why?
they call that the dead internet theory, which
I've
that's been
heard.
just a theory for, the last 5 years. But now it's like, okay,
Why would they do
here we
that? I'm
are.
just like, why can't we preserve some just drop of humanity?
It's just here we are, man. I mean, people keep innovating and like nobody would have saw this coming, but I mean, like, yeah, like I agree with you 100%. It's like, would have been nice to have AI work on these jobs that people don't want to do. But now AI is coming for artistic jobs. It's like,
Right.
well, that was the thing that we wanted AI to take care of so we could work on the art. But now
Yes.
AI is coming for the artistic jobs.
Dude, it's just like I just imagine someone who's never made a YouTube channel that just AIs something like what I'm doing, like a deep analysis about
Yeah,
music, and then their
yeah,
channel blows up and they make tons of
yeah.
money from
And
doing
it's not a real person.
it's not even a real person.
Yeah, it's just some guy like, okay, like analyze this video and then make a guy talking about it.
YouTube does have the and I think this actually makes a big difference with what videos get pushed. If there's a box in the details page when you upload that says there's AI generated or
Mm.
it's not, and I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
YouTube can
yeah.
tell. And so
Right.
I hope more platforms will continue to have some kind of monitoring like
Like,
that
yeah,
in there, so
yeah.
that because humans will always value what other humans are doing
Right,
more than AI,
right. Yeah.
always. And so
And I think also the live aspect, like, are you a Gary Vee fan or no?
I used to watch this stuff, a while back.
You've heard of him.
Of
You've heard of
course.
him.
Of
Okay.
course, yes.
So he posted something recently where he's usually right about a lot of things. He
Yeah.
thinks there's going to be a renaissance of real people, doing things where it's like it's going to become more in demand
Yeah.
because of that. Exactly
Yeah.
what we're talking about. And I hope he's right.
My brother
Hope he's right.
who's not in any of these spaces we're talking about. He's like a house flipper and a landscape guy, but very
Cool.
smart, very creative, very musical. He told me because we were talking about AI a few years ago when it was just starting to kind of
Yeah.
people start doing like cover art with AI or whatever. And he's like,
Yeah.
he said that exact phrase, like, I bet there's going to be a huge premium on a human made product
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
forward.
Like,
So,
like what you do. I mean, you and Brev, like Brev was telling me the other day when I was hanging with him out in Boston doing that study, it's like Brev gets paid I don't know, he's gonna get mad at me, but like, a few grand to come out, to fly out, whatever, to sing some opera, like lead role,
Yeah.
and it's like, you can't AI, somebody at the moment to come do some live operatic,
Yeah.
role with like an orchestra like that. And
Yeah.
it's like, dude, good for him, man. Good for you too. Because I'm
Same.
sure they're probably taking care of you as well. Because like I do these bar gigs where it's like, I'm taking gigs at times, like, okay, I did a gig last weekend on the beach in Texas for 350. I did a gig the weekend before that doing classic rock for 500,
Yeah,
but
that's
like,
good though. That's good for a gig.
it's okay, but like I hear about what what Brev's doing with these opera gigs in the orchestra. And it's like, whoa,
Yeah, there's a lot of money
$3,000?
there.
Like
It's so
$3,000 doing opera. My God,
because it's so
I
special.
sing a little bit of opera,
Yeah.
but I've never taken it that seriously to try to pursue professional work in the opera field.
No,
But like,
I wouldn't recommend it.
maybe I'm no.
It takes so much time and specialization and like
Learning the diction, learning the language,
and the technique just gets more and more nuanced the higher you go up. Yeah, I mean it is nice, and I'm just now getting to the point where I've been getting paid for opera for years now, but where you're making a decent amount of money per show,
right.
Which is when you become
you
like
got residency, don't you?
Oh, that's what I've been doing for a long time,
dude. That's so awesome, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. That's awesome. You, I love that.
It's so nice. Cool. It's nice, but it is such a specialized thing, and there aren't as many gigs, throughout the year as what you're doing. It's not like you're singing opera every weekend the whole year.
There's gigs all week, doing like bar gigs. Like, okay, we want some pop music, we want some rock and roll. It's like I could be, if I wanted to, I could be working like 3 times a week. But I don't really want to be working like that. But we're talking like as low as, I'll take gigs for $150 doing a bar gig for a few hours, where it's like, okay, hopefully I'm making some tips.
Yeah.
But it's like, I know what you guys are doing, and it's like, but I don't know. I mean, to each their own, like it's tough, it's tough to say. But yeah, man,
it's so different. Those two careers are so different. Opera really is this absurdly specialized, like highbrow thing. That's why it's kind of the one thing. If you're a singer, it's kind of the one genre like you need to go to school and train before you're ready. Whereas like you can be a superstar at age 16 if you go into almost any other genre.
Yeah,
right. It's that kind of thing.
But you could also blow out. That a lot of people don't realize, it's interesting because I'm, like I said, I was just doing this vocal research study at Mass General Hospital. Well, what's the point of this Mass General Hospital? Why are they so, prolific? Is because they are doing surgery on people like Adele, Sam Smith, John Mayer, Aerosmith, all these people that sing in this contemporary kind of rock and roll pop setting that they blow out their vocal cords, and it's like their shit is fucked. Excuse my language, but like Aerosmith's like, okay, like you got blood coming out, like he's ruptured his cords,
hemorrhage probably,
so it's like, that is a fascinating topic where it's like people can literally and do stumble into a beautiful sound that is commercially viable, but then it's not able to be sustained for what they want. You're like, okay, we want you to go on tour for 3 months in Europe, 3 months in America, so like 6 months down the road, and it's like they're night after night after night belting it out, and they don't know what they're doing. They just stumbled across a sound that is commercially viable. Now you're in trouble because now your vocal cords, the thing that's making you a living, are getting damaged. And then like you're in your early 30s and you're done.
Yeah. And the producers don't care.
They don't care at all.
Make the buck. I mean, it's actually incredible how long Steven Tyler's career was with Aerosmith. I mean, that is a voice of steel. And even still, now they just kind of finished doing their thing. Right. But the fact that his voice, at least he was still singing.
Handled what he handled.
Unbelievable. I mean, singing like that night after night on a world tour is insane. Absolutely crazy.
Yeah. he doesn't have any vocal training and sustainability. He just kind of got a thing that he
Freak.
stumbled
He's a
upon.
freak, man. He's
Yeah,
a freak.
yeah, yeah. And then you look at people like Adele, like she had vocal surgery twice at that Mass General Hospital, and then she recorded Easy, where it's like she still sounds like that after having her calloused
Yeah.
vocal cords lasered off,
Lasered, yeah.
and then she still sounds like that.
Modern.
Like they're playing God.
They are. It's yeah. That is shocking. That is truly shocking. That it's advanced that far, and that the best people can make your voice sound fresh after a legitimate injury.
Right. Because not everybody has that luxury. Like John Mayer, Sam Smith, they both had vocal surgery at the same place. I don't think they were as fortunate. It's almost obvious that they weren't as fortunate as Adele. They don't have the same vocal ranges they used to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fascinating, man. Well, listen, we're coming up on, I mean, we're really getting roll. Actually, I got to talk to you just a little more in depth about performing the C1 live. I got to hear more about that. So like, did it ever go horribly wrong? Did you? I mean, just tell me. I want to hear all about performing the C1, because every bass singer listening is going to be dying to hear about that.
It came out on certain nights where it was just heavy fry, but the guy playing piano, what was his name? I can't even remember his name. I feel terrible. The guy playing piano, he would sort of back me with it on piano, and I would get by on nights where it wasn't there, where it would just come out in this fry,
Yeah.
But, I would say at least 75% of the time it came out solid. But there was at least 25% of the time where it was real thin with almost just a straight fry.
Well, dude, 75% hitting a C1 live is great at the end of a show too, man.
Yeah. After I'm singing the whole night.
That's insane.
It was the end of the show. Yeah. And it was stressful, man. It was always like this moment of like, shit, dude, I hope that something comes out,
So would you do second octave, all chest, and then switch to subs on the low A?
Yep. Yeah. It was like the walk. I was like, way on down, way on down. That's probably sharp right now.
Hold on. Let me. Original. Okay, I just turned original sound for musicians on. Try one more time. See if I can hear you. Ah, dude, Zoom's blocking you, man.
I'm gonna guess that's like a step, like a full step.
Zoom is doing the thing where it doesn't understand that you're singing because it's so low.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's a lot of times with
the same thing happened.
Okay, we can try it on my end. I have a old phone here, and it's got a nice tuner on it. So we'll turn it.
So you can see it.
Yeah.
The same thing happened. I had Glenn Miller on, and he was demonstrating the "Do Not Reject Me" low G, showing me how he approaches it. And every time he opened his mouth, Zoom was like, "Nope, no sound going to come through." It's like that can't be a human voice.
Glenn Miller, bro.
Yeah, freak.
Okay, let's see here. Oh. No.
It's Reddit. Yeah, there it is. Oh man, I wish we could hear it.
So I'm going flat now. Yeah.
C1 and B0, yeah.
Yeah, but through the system, with the subs, all that hooked up.
Yeah.
Sounded nice, and the crowd went crazy pretty much, even if I didn't hit it great, even if it was like more in the fry mixture with the combo of the piano playing over it.
Yeah.
It went well most nights, and we made it through a 3-month tour, and everybody was happy.
Huge.
Yeah, because awesome. I know for fact that they had different guys doing that part that weren't me, that they fired and like hired some new people.
Yeah, almost no one can do that.
Yeah. My track record was good, on the tour, and I was thankful for it. It was a good time, and it was you know, it was just nice to get to showcase material from JD in the original keys and at least do it, you know, enough justice more times than not.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's just a crazy thing to perform live. Seriously.
Yeah, crazy. And then being in the same ensemble as somebody that really, you know, was with Elvis Presley, like he was Elvis's boy, dude. Like
that's wild.
The stories that I heard in the green room, man, you know, like you know, Elvis really did shoot his TVs, you know, with a gun, you know, like at times, and like at their place, you know, like he really just, what it was, he didn't like hearing his music against his will when he was in like a relaxation state. So when people would put his stuff on, it would get to him. And, you know, like what, he had issues with drugs. You know, he said he was like at times where like, you know, he had people there where he would like stab a speaker with a knife, you know, like, yeah, so some crazy times. And then, you know, like what, like in Las Vegas, you know, like some of these situations that they went through, you know, like these were some wild times. Yeah, Elvis Presley, you know, like it's an interesting thing, you know, because it's like I think a lot of people, you know, be like, wow, Elvis Presley, so cool, you know, like must be nice to be a guy like that. And I'm like, I don't know, man, it seems very troubling. And to get real deep into it, you know, and hearing Ed's take on it, it's so fascinating, man, because to be honest, from what Ed thinks, it seems like his manager really was in this position of almost like I don't know, like evil, you know, where it's like they're pushing him to this extent. They're pushing Elvis at this extent, you know, where he was at this peak of demand where they're like, yeah, you know, we got this great new pharmaceutical. It's going to help you get to sleep right away. And then it's like, oh yeah, but then we got this, you know, this gig, you know, early in the morning where we're going to need you to be up and we're going to be Adam right away. Then you're going to need you to take that.
Yeah.
And it's like, all this stuff is prescribed through doctors. What, in like the 60s, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, Wig, this stuff is solid, you know? And it's like, how did all that turn out? You know, it seemed like you could watch, like I saw a good documentary where it was heartbreaking. It was like a time lapse of him, you know, like in his late 30s to 40s. And you could just see him, like his body, his face, just like deteriorating. Yeah. And that was on the time that he was on all these pharmaceutical things that were like, you know, and it's the saddest part is from what I gather from Ed being somebody there watching it happen. Elvis really just wanted to make everybody happy. He wanted to make everybody happy. He wanted to do as much as he could for people, you know, to make them satisfied and be prepared. So he was taking what people told him to take. And then that stuff turned out to be terrible for him. And it literally is what probably killed him.
Yeah.
You know, so like how heartbreaking.
It is.
You know, it's just to be like, you know, somebody that's like, I want to sacrifice. I want to give myself to the craft. I want to give myself to the music. But then the people that are, you know, in charge of you, they just don't know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they don't care what happens to you as long as they make money.
No, they want to make more money. They want to have an extra show in the week.
Yep.
You know, and that's really what happened. You know, Elvis just was like, he was a human being on like nitrous oxide, you know, like a car, you know, like we can look, like he's going to get through it. He'll be fine. But like, for how long? You know, not that long. It's
not
like,
sustainable.
Christ, he died on a freaking toilet, man.
Yeah. Tywin Lannister.
You know? Heartbreaking, bro. Heartbreaking, you know,
dude,
but fascinating.
Give me a tour of the van before we sign off.
Let's
me a tour of the home. Give me a tour of the home.
Let's do it, dude. Let's see here. Can I turn the camera around?
You might have to just selfie it, get creative with the selfieing, but this is going to be
I could do that, but I mean, let me see. Is there a way? There's probably a way. Let me see. I'm not good with Zoom.
I've never flipped my camera on Zoom call.
I can go between me and you, it seems like, on what I see. All right, so here, we'll just start. So here's the cab. You know, this is the cab up here. We got a little visor There's a solar panel on the other side. This is the cab. This is the passenger seat. The passenger seat is a fascinating seat. It turns in a full circle, which gives kind of a nice element of breathing room to the living room of the van.
Sure.
It's like I can take this, kind of spin it around where it's like it's a chair, but it spins in a circle. Yeah, but there's stuff on that right now. And then so we have that. Here's the
Look at that
sink.
kitchen going on.
So like that's the kitchen. You know, we got a coffee maker. We got the blender there, upper cabinets.
Tiling on the walls.
Oh yeah, there's the fridge. We got, you know, this is like an apartment-sized refrigerator. It's pretty big, you know, like
yeah, dude, that's plenty of
there's
room.
a freezer, you know, yeah, fridge, you know, and this is a 12-volt refrigerator where, you know, it just sips power, you know, it's really a wonderful thing. And then we have the bedroom over here, full-size bed. That's a little ceiling fan I bought. Here's a TV.
Got it going on.
Yeah, 42-inch TV. This is a full-size bed. There's a skylight here, which is closed right now, but it's nice, you know, like I can fall asleep and look at the stars. Here's another. This is a 12-volt air conditioning, you know, very power consumptive air conditioning. And
how about the vocal setup, the studio? Where do you record stuff?
There's the shower. The vocal setup is right here. This is a microphone, comes down from the roof right here.
Oh yeah, okay.
And yeah, you know, just put it up when it's not in use. I got a full size weighted keyboard up here. You know, if I want to play some piano, there's an interface in here I can hook up to that microphone. And then yeah, you know, this is a shower down here underneath this chair.
Oh,
so I mean, it's really, you know, it's really a full house in such a tiny
amazing,
space.
man. And you built you built all of it. You must have put
I didn't build it. I paid a guy to build it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not, you know, it's funny, my girlfriend, she's a van life influencer and she builds these vans, but I did not. I paid a guy like a lot of money, like probably about $60,000 to build this out. And I mean, that was like almost 7 years ago, and I've been in here. So I mean, thank God for the guy.
Yeah, it's so way cheaper than buying an apartment. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, you know, I mean, and so yeah, I mean, and so then, you know, after I made that initial investment, I've still been working all the time, and I've just saved all the money.
Yeah.
You know, I've saved all the money, and it's been great. I bought a bunch of Bitcoin when it dipped last year, and
I've
made a lot of money on that. You know, so yeah, man, it's just been I don't know. It's funny, you know, because I think to myself, I'm like you know, like, man, I should buy a house. You know, I really should. But then the issue is like I just can't decide where I want to be.
There.
You know, like I was in LA last year, like. For 3 years before that, I was in LA and I was looking at houses with a realtor. And I remember it just hit me like that same week I was looking at houses in LA. I was like, you know what? I don't think I like LA. I don't think I like it. And then I left and I went back to just hang with my parents for a few months. Like a month later, all of LA burns down.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my God, you know, like those are houses that I was looking at. And I see like a lot of those houses, like, people pulled insurance. Like I could have bought one of those houses and just been screwed. So
LA,
it's like, you know,
LA prices too, man. I mean, LA is so expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. And they don't insure you, you know? So it's like have, you know, like I could have bought one of those and just been screwed. So it's like to just have the van completely paid off and doing, you know, decent investing with a diversified portfolio. I don't know, man.
Financially, you're good. Sounds like you're set up for real.
We're doing okay, man. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like at some point maybe I should buy a house. But you know, at the same time, like I said, I mean, I'm doing so good financially. It's almost like, well, why buy a house if I have everything I need here? Like, what am I looking for in a house that I don't have in here?
Yeah, I mean, if you like that lifestyle, then there's no reason. Like, I love having the house because I like being here. I like having my space, and then I like to travel.
hmm
and then come back.
hmm
Like going
Yeah.
places and then being able to come back to a home base. I love that.
I can see how that would be really nice, and I agree with that because like I'm in Texas right now. I mean, it's probably 90 degrees outside right now, so it's not super comfortable to just be in here recording video content all day, doing like
Yeah.
podcasts and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But I'll leave. I'll drive. Like I have gigs in Boston next month. And so I'll be up in there, and so I feel like that's the key with living in a van is like, well, be where it's comfortable. I mean, don't
Yeah.
be where it's
Yeah.
like incredibly hot, and
So the goal,
then
the
like
goal
that's
is
fun.
like have the house, but then like have enough money saved up to where, like for me, for example, I get to go perform in the Aspen Music Festival for
Yeah,
2 months. So I won't be in
yeah,
Phoenix at the hottest part of the summer. I'll be in freaking Aspen. So if you
hmm
can set your life up that way to
oh yeah,
where,
yeah,
you're in your
yeah,
home when you want to be, and then you can be away from your home when
yep.
you want to be.
And I mean, I'm hoping I imagine you probably got a decent deal on your house, so then like that's now
Oh
an
yeah,
asset.
man. Oh,
Yeah,
for sure, for sure.
yeah. So that's now an asset, and
Yep.
it's like I don't have any assets other than my stock portfolio. So it's like I look at that and it's like, it would be nice to have a house and just have that as an asset. Even if I have like a 2 bedroom at least, I could
Yeah.
Airbnb out like an extra bedroom.
Yeah.
I don't know, like how many bedrooms you got in your place?
I've got three.
Nice.
But one of them is now the studio. So I have my
Yeah.
room, guest bedroom, and studio.
And it's just you in there?
Yeah, dude.
That's
King of the
awesome, man.
castle.
Good for you, bro.
King
I'm
of the
so happy for
castle.
you, man. I love to see somebody just, so heavily invested in music, just doing so well,
Thank
bro.
you, man.
And you're a good guy, man. And I love that, that I'm even on your radar as somebody that you reach out to
Yeah,
do
man.
something like this. And I
I'll,
appreciate you
I have
showcasing me.
well, of course, man. I
Yeah.
don't have solid plans, but at some point in the future, I would love to get just a bunch of the bass guys out here to just like hang
Dude,
out and
I'll
shoot
come out,
stuff.
man. It's just a small
Exactly.
drive.
Exactly, man. I would love to
I
get you
would
out here.
love to come out. I have some good friends out there. One of my good friends, Sean, he was like on The Voice. He's like an absolute incredible vocalist. He lives in Phoenix,
Oh, perfect. Yes, sir.
incredible tenor vocalist. I could link us all up together.
Yeah.
Yeah, good friend of mine. But yeah, man,
Cool, bro.
good stuff.
Well, it's been great chatting with you. If you have anything else you want to say to the audience before you go, you have the floor, man.
Not a whole lot, man. Just I appreciate if anybody looked me up. I'm on all the social medias, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, doing the thing.
Do you
And
have your gig schedule posted anywhere? Because that sounds like the main thing people might be able to come see you, actually perform.
it's all over the place. I got gigs in the end of the month in August at in Boston, and then I got a couple gigs in July in Key West. But honestly, it's not posted anywhere well. I should really do that. I mean,
Yeah, dude,
follow me on Instagram, and I'll be posting it. But yeah, I mean, that would be a good thing for me to have, like a website, and do all that. But I haven't done that. I've just been kind of like I don't know, this elusive musical artist.
Dude, you've got money saved up. Give someone $1,000 to build you like a
Yeah.
beautiful website,
A
on
nice website,
Squarespace.
right?
Oh,
With
that's
a schedule.
It's a great investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right, man. No, you're 100%. And that's another thing, like I appreciate you having me on here, but don't be surprised, dude. I'm absorbing like what you're doing on here like a sponge, because it's
Good.
inspiring to see like, okay, like that's what I should be doing. Like look at Peter. He's got it dialed in a way that's
Oh, thank you,
it's
man.
so yeah,
I,
it's just so
I am like
fluent,
half creative brain, half robot brain, and this is
Yeah.
the result of that.
I love to see it, man. Yeah, and thanks again for having me, brother. I'm excited. Let me know if you have anything going on.
Yeah,
If you have
projects and stuff.
any projects or anything, I'd love to be a part of it. And
Cool, brother.
yeah, man. No, thanks again, dude. Much love.
Great to finally meet you. Great to finally chat with you, and I'll
Yeah.
let you know about release dates and all that.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
All right,
no,
buddy.
please, bro. Don't be a stranger, bro. I'll come through.
Sounds
I
good,
will.
man. Great chat with you. Peace.
All right, Peter. Take care, Peter. And everybody
you too,
else.
man. Later.
Thanks for watching.
I hope you guys enjoyed that full conversation with David Kahn. If you did, you will love this conversation about this bass we just kept talking about the whole time. This is Bobby Bass, guys. My latest interview with him done right here in this very studio. Go check it out. I know you want to.
Great low notes. Would recommend.